Let's have a productive conversation. What can be the small or the big step to diffuse or begin the process of diffusing this crisis?
Well, this is what I wanted to highlight in the conversation, that a lot of technicalities which go into resolving this, where you have professional negotiators negotiating this situation, this impasse, is already happening. There are several closed door discussions happening with civil society leaders, with the insurgent leaders, with who are being ferried from Manipur repeatedly to Delhi to have those conversations. Every small inch of land is being of argumentation, of demands, is being gradually looked into. Everybody's position is pretty stiffened at this point, because they believe they are representing the community and they can't be seen budging from the core demands of each of the sides. But still, sense is being instilled in them. A broader picture, a bigger picture is being discussed. By the way, right from the intelligence side to people who have been interlocutors, to people who have served earlier as the interlocutors, are round the clock discussing with each of the community representatives that is out here. I know for sure, I have myself been part of a few such deliberations here in New Delhi, and I can tell you that honest efforts are being put in to at least find a small runway for peace. Thereby, once the tempers are down, you can have a more reasoned discussions with both the sides. And this problem is so protracted, and by now largely all people interested in that subject know and understand that this is not the first sort of this deep ethnic clash that has happened. There have been at least 5 6 very, very big ethnic clashes which has happened in the state. It's, by the way, not a Hindu Christian clash, because by putting those frames, international community has belittled the crisis. They have shown their grotesque understanding of the crisis. Nobody is attacking anybody in the name of a Hindu god or a Christian god. Therefore, this is not a persecution issue. I can go on and give you so many examples that in the past 4 or 5 ethnic clashes that have happened, in no scenario has there been a religious prism to the whole thing. Kukis and Meiteis have fought. Kukis have also gone against the ultra micro minorities, the Gorkhas. Kangkokpi had significant population of Gorkhas, but they were attacked by Kukis. There was huge clashes between them and the Kuki community in the past. Kukis and the Nagas have had a clash. Both are Christian communities. Today, Naga as a community is not party to this ethnic clash. They are also Christians. So how does this
and they're 24% of Manipur. The Naga groups are 24% of Manipur.
These religious lenses is a very sort of a lazy understanding of what is happening over there, and therefore I don't give any weightage to people who are trying to sit in European Parliament or United Nations trying to do a judgment scenario here.
Can I ask you a question though on this? There was this horrible report, and we have the image of that child, of a 7-year-old boy. One of the many human tragedies in Manipur. And as I said, there have been tragedies in both communities. Can we just take the banner off? He was burnt alive with his mother in an ambulance. Now, his case really stayed with me, Rajat, because he was half Kuki, he was half Meitei. His mother was Meitei. She was also killed along with him. The father was Kuki. Now, what the Kuki groups, and I'm asking this as a follow-up to what you said. What some of the Kuki groups said was that the mother, though she was Meitei, was targeted because she was a Meitei Christian. It's important now for our audience to understand that Kukis are mostly Christian, but not exclusively so. Meiteis are mostly Hindu, but not exclusively so. So, when people see, tragedies like this, I think they begin to see it through a religious prism. When you say this is not a Hindu-Christian conflict, can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
See, when there is a religious conflict, the conflict's core cause is that you worship a specific god and you believe in a religious system which I abhor and I don't believe in. And that's the principal cause of violence on the streets. That's not the case here. As I've told you repeatedly, there are Meitei Christians who practice in Meitei churches. Those churches have been attacked by the Kukis. One big attack that happened, that where 9 Meitei villagers were also attacked, was inside the church by the Kuki militants. So those things are there. And in this scenario, in this in this lady and the child who was attacked in an ambulance, it is one of the most gruesome killings that has happened in Imphal. But over here, a Meitei community, when they were attacking, they thought that she's almost an outcast. She has gone to the other community. Understand that all these 3 communities, though are different, they have been pretty conservative. They have not had marriages cutting across different communities. That intermingling hasn't happened. And she was seen as somebody who left the Meitei practices and joined the Kuki community, and eventually she was seen from those lenses, however unfortunate that may be. But I don't see she was in the impassioned mob that was there. She was seen again from a Christian lenses, that she's practicing and she believes in Jesus, and all of that is the reason why she is being attacked. She was attacked because she left the community and joined the Kuki community, and that's
I,
it.
I take on board what you explain about the complexity, the history of these clashes.